Good afternoon, class, and welcome to your virtual course, Math 50 Pre-Calculus. My name is Dr. Araipur. You can call me Dr. A if it's easier for you. I sent you several emails regarding the course already, and this is the homepage of Canvas. I asked you to explore the course. I hope you have. If you haven't, let's quickly go over that. The first one is a welcoming message. Just follow the numbers. I'm happy to have you here. Number two is the class philosophy.
This class is a community and therefore, we all have the same objective, to learn. Online students often feel isolated, but it is vitally important to know you are not in this alone. I would like each of you to approach our online class with a great attitude and a willingness to help one another. Many problems and questions can be resolved by asking a fellow student. I am always here to help you, but I truly believe your experience will be more fruitful if you communicate with your fellow students as well. Let us work together to make this a memorable semester for each and every one of us. Course objectives. The objectives of our pre-calculus course are about exploring the relationship between advanced algebra topics and trigonometry. Pre-calculus is an informative introduction to calculus. Therefore, this course serves as a preparation for calculus. The topics covered include a review of algebra, polynomial, rational, exponential, logarithmic, and trigonometric functions, applications of trigonometry including complex numbers and vectors, systems of equations and inequalities including matrices, sequences and series, and topics from analytic geometry. Instructors' contact information. Email me via Canvas or use the email address maraeipur@lbcc.edu, and I reply from Monday to Friday within 24 hours.
I want to mention, if you email me from Canvas, I have the information about the course you're emailing from. If you just are emailing me using my email address, make sure you put your information in the subject line, which means the course that you are emailing from. All right. Number three is a bunch of announcements. Let me put this in student mode. As it was mentioned in the beginning, there were a bunch of emails sent you in the form of announcement/email, and any of them that any announcement email that you miss, you can come and find it under the announcements. Number four. And before we look at number four, I want to go to the bottom of the page and remind you that this is where you find the office hours. This is the Zoom meeting for the office hours. Whereas here, Tech Connect Zoom on the left navigation bar, that's where you come to attend the class. So you want to distinguish between the two. Then number four is about syllabus, modules, and let's start with the syllabus. You can click on the syllabus here, or the syllabus on the left navigation bar, makes no difference. There are two pieces of information. One is the Excel calendar. Basically gives you the date of the exams and things that are coming your way, what we cover and when we cover. And of course, there are a couple of items that are due immediately. One of them is Introduction to My Open Math. Some students have already done that, and Algebra Review. We'll discuss this further as we go to My Open Math, where you can find your digital platform for your assignments. This is the syllabus, welcoming you to the course first. And then I put them in the format of the topics because it's way too long, and some people don't want to, go over the entire thing. So you can go to a topic of interest. I'm going to spend a couple of minutes on everything. So first, the course section number, student learning outcome, course objective, topics, text, and digital platform is completely free. We have them here. Also, when I go over your homework in my open math, I'll show you where you find all of that. Class calendar. Again, over here we have access to the attendance and the Zoom meeting here. There will be 4 exams and a final, all of which are set up taken on Saturdays because I want you to be completely relaxed when you take the exam. The week of exam, okay, you receive an email regarding the exam, and it has all the information, including the password. From the time you receive it until the due date, you can take it anytime you want. You don't have to wait until Saturday. And of course, if you're taking it on Saturday, you don't want it to be too late because you may be tired or you may not have enough time. For example, it's due on Saturday at 11:59 p.m. If you start at 11 p.m., you have only 59 minutes. So that's not a good idea. There will be no proctorio. I believe we are all adults. We are here to learn. Meeting important dates. Of course, we meet a couple of days. Calculators. I believe everything should be free for the students. So these are a bunch of free online calculators. So these are some of the resources that are available to you. Tech support. We have it for the publisher, OpenMath. We have for the Canvas. Also for the campus. So all of them are available to you in case of any questions. Math Success Center offers free tutoring, free calculators if they have it, because it's based on first come, first served. And so the information about Math Success Center is here, and I will go over a little bit more details in a moment. There are other helpful websites. Here's the grading policy. The homework is 300 points. There are 4 tests. Each one is 100 points, 400 points. The final is 300 points, total of 1,000 points. And it's a point system. So at any given time, you really should know what your grade is. 90% or above is an A, that means 900 points and more. 80% and above, that means 800 to 899 points is an A, is a B, and so on. It's a very straightforward case. Now, the lowest grade, your lowest grade, before the final may be replaced by the final if we have the following situation. Number 1, the final score is good. That means 80% or higher. Number 2, homework is at least higher, 95%. And this action will result in a higher letter grade. It's important to know if we do it and the letter grade doesn't change, it defeats the purpose. If you fail to take an exam, you receive 0 and it will not be replaced by the final. Course late work, you get 10% penalty for the course late work, and there are exceptions. You can't use the late work for the first couple of assignments and the last module. Then more information. One of the interesting things is CSULB Study 36. And what it indicates that for a semester, we need 3 times the number of unit hours per week. So this is a 5-unit course. We need 15 hours outside the class to be successful, to do an A1 job. Dropping policy, if you miss the first session, don't register with the publisher, miss the first assignments coming up. One of them is tomorrow. If you miss any of the exams. There are more websites, okay, such as DSPS and financial aids if you need help. Summary steps to success. Study the PowerPoint in each module. Do the homework before the deadline, of course, and some of the homework have video lectures embedded in the homework. Study the practice test and their solution. Take the exam by their duty. Office hours posted at the bottom of the homepage of Canvas, as well as here. Okay. Monday, Wednesday, Friday for this semester, 12:15 to 2:15, and Tuesday, Thursday, 8 to 9:30. Basic needs, Justice Scholar program, so forth, and so on and so forth. Now, what I want to discuss is netiquette for, doesn't matter, online learning on campus. What really matters is that we should be professional. We should be, yes. We always should use correct spelling and grammar in our emails, especially. And the bottom line is, in short, use a positive tone, okay, and be respectful of others and time and all of that. So that's the syllabus. Now, before I go to modules and explain basically everything that is there, and that's where you need to go to do your work, I want to explain a couple of things here. One of them is a discussion forum. What do we find there? First, we have the student bios. So I put mine as an example. If you want to put yours so your fellow students get to know you, by all means. And if you want to reply to any student, please do so, of course, with words that are positive and encouraging. Frequently asked questions. In the past, students had some questions. I gather them right here. For example, how to use a math editor in Canvas. Do I need a course ID? That's for my open math. The answer is absolutely not, because it's been set up through Canvas here. Text, do I need to buy the text? Of course not, and it's online. Tech support, it's in the syllabus, it's also here. How do I access expired homework is explained here. Okay, how to use the late pass, it's explained here. Okay, how to check your grade in MOM. Remember, when you do your work in MOM, you receive your grade right then and there. I will put, for example, exams grade immediately after in Canvas. One other question that we come across, and I'm surprised, is where to find the exam passport. It will be emailed to you on the week of the exam with the topic exam 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and it has all the information, including the password. You miss that, you can find it under the announcements. Okay, that's the discussion. I wanted to mention that. And the next thing I want to look at before I go to modules, which has got everything. Again, Math Success Center, you can find it right here. This is where you can find free tutoring, okay? It has the time for in-person and online. Virtual front desk. Check out the services they mentioned, math, stats, tutoring. Free online loan program. I want to explain this one again. They do have calculators on a limited basis and on a first come, first served. So they have a few. If you need one, by all means, make sure you get in contact with them. Free walk-up, drop-in, in-person help, online help, math, stat, and more other Math Success Center support. As you get the boot camp info, math for physics, they have all kinds of support for you. please utilize them if you need them. And now I want to go to modules. You can click on it right here or on the left navigation bar. So what do we find? First and foremost, at the very top, this one is your digital platform. And I mentioned no need for course ID. You don't need a course ID. You click on it. And if you have an account, you put username, password, and you sign. If you don't have an account, you create one. And it lets you in. That's all there is. Okay? So this one will take you here. And you register for my open math. Next one, recorded lectures. These are the lectures that we have from before. This is there's a bunch of my YouTube channels. If you click on this, you see all the practice tests / exam reviews. So if anybody wants to go ahead and watch those beforehand and just move on faster than the class, you're more than welcome to do so, okay? So when I go back here, okay, I have other YouTube channels from the previous years or semesters. Now, this one, the next one, is the lecture section by section. So we have the practice test exam reviews for each module. And we have section by section lecture right here. So as you can see, we have everything that we need to succeed. By the way, this is instruction on taking an exam in my open math. When we get to that week, I'll explain that, and it's a good idea that you watch it because we want to make sure we maximize our gain. So going back to the modules, so we have the first two. This is where we do the platform, digital platform. This is the recorded practices. Now, this is exam 1 module, exam 2, exam 3, exam 4 module, and this is part of the final. And they're all very similar in the way we deal with them. But before I go over one of them, I want to go to the last one, which is, again, a resource for TI Calculator. So this one is just a resource, everybody. If I click on it, brings me to this PowerPoint. And on this page, I have online calculators and resources. Also, there is a possibility of downloading an emulator for a TI calculator. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If it works, looks like this, okay? You can try that. I have tried it. Sometimes it works with a specific laptop or desktop. Sometimes it doesn't, but at least it's a possibility. However, we have all those online calculators. So that was the last one. Now, each module is very similar. For example, the first one, week 1, 2, 3, exam 1 module, I start with the practice test. Why do I do that? Because I want you to take a few minutes, 3 to 5 minutes max, to read the questions to see what basically is expected of you for the first exam. Okay, it's not too bad. So that is the synopsis of what we cover for the first exam. What's the next one? The next one, the PowerPoints are available to you. For example, section 1, chapter 1, section 1. So if you click on it, that would be the PowerPoint. All PowerPoints are set up in such a way that if you put them in slide mode, you don't see the entire page like this, especially when it comes to examples. You just see the question. You think about it, you answer it, and then as you click down, as you arrow down, as you enter, you go to the next one and the next one. So it does the job step by step. And this one, so first we have the practice test, then we have all those PowerPoints, and this is the key. So we have the key to this practice test that was given. Now we have the key as well. So it's very straightforward. Under the modules, pretty much you can find everything, okay? Now, so going back to the home page, we covered everything from number 1 to number 4. And now I'm going to remind you, if you click on the first one, it will take you here where you can register for My Open Math. And when you register, it takes you here. So what I'm going to do, let me leave the student mode because I don't want to mix up here. And now I want to show you how it works when it comes to My Open Math. So now this is your digital platform, everybody, and this is where you do all your assignments. The very first one is introductory assignment to My Open Math. I'll go over that in a moment. It has to be done immediately. The next one is algebra review. The purpose of algebra review is to show you what is your knowledge of prior knowledge of mathematics, and so if you are uncomfortable with anything, you can concentrate on that, any topic. For now, we don't have to worry about the exam, so it's expanded. Let's minimize it. Now, welcome to pre-calculus. So this is the course description, and then the video assignments. Okay, so let's actually look at this one quickly.
Video assignments. These assessments contain video lessons. After each video there is 1 or 2 questions that correspond with the examples in the video. Practice/HW assignments. These assessments contain additional problems beyond the types covered in the video lessons. These assessments are intended to serve the role of homework.
So it's very straightforward. So first you come across a calendar. Let me explain what happens here. As you can see, there are a couple of assignments that are due immediately. Look at exam 1 and look at the day before that. It's very important to understand all of this homework are lumped together and do the day before the exam. It means I got to do it right then and there? Absolutely not. You have to do on a daily basis 1 or 2 sections, sometimes 1, sometimes 1.5 sections, if you want to learn and be able to move on. Anybody who waits till this day will not have enough time to master the subject and do well on the exam. There is absolutely no way. Why did I put all of them here? Because in the past there have been complaints, okay, we don't have time, we are working. So I didn't want to have to reactivate it again and again for some students. So they are all due on Friday before the exam. Please do them on a daily basis. Then what happens? You have module 1 to module 5, just as you see in Canvas. However, I also have module 0, which is called resources. So let's quickly look at module 0. Number 1, you see the text. So this is the text. So you don't have to purchase anything. You can go to a specific section, chapter, you name it. This is the text that it's based on this. The difference is this is in order. This may have a slightly different order. However, this is easier to navigate. This one, you can't navigate it easily. Okay, just to let you know. But ultimately, they are the same. So you have the text here. Okay. Then, how do you use a late pass, my Open Math Gradebook, and so on. Free online calculators. We've already discussed that. There are more here. And one of them is Desmos calculator that I also have some videos for you how to use it. Now, you cannot use a graphing calculator for the exam. You can use it for the, you can use a scientific calculator. Some of the exams, towards the end, you may be able to use a graphing calculator. And that's the end of module 0. So module 0 class is a bunch of resources. You start with module 1, chapter 1. It gives you the learning objectives. You go to section 1.1, gives you some video lessons. And then there's a video assignment 1.1, and then the actual assignment 1.1, as it was mentioned in the beginning. You do assignments. After that, you have a couple of questions. After the assignments here, it's a little bit more interesting. And some of these questions also have a video associated with them as help. So we start with 1.1. How hard is it to deal with the whole book? Let me show you by looking at the very first one, which is due tomorrow. And we're going to do it today. So you start. So for this question, they're asking us just to enter the number for this one. And if I click on this bar, it says enter this number. If I click on that, it gives me a math palette in case I need a fraction bar, a square root, whatever. So 14.3189. The second one, we are supposed to round it to 2 decimals, to the nearest hundreds. So 14.3. Now, 1 next to it is 8, so it goes up to 2. So again, take a look, because number 1 next to it is 8. Number 1 changes to 2. Division by 0, it's undefined. So you put does not exist, okay? And if you submit the question, it check marks, and we got the points. they want us to convert 1/3 to decimals. And see, it's important to pay attention to the instruction. It says enter 4 or more decimal places unless the question asks for something else. Now, as you know, 1/3 is 0.3 bar. That means 0.33 and it continues indefinitely. Let's answer it wrong on purpose. Let's put 0.3. That's not enough. We need more decimals. Submit the question. Obviously, we are wrong. So what do? Very simple. Just get a similar question. Happen to give us the same question. So 0 point, and now I'm going to put a bunch of decimals. And notice with a similar question, I got 4 credit for this question. And that's the idea. You can attempt it again and again and again. So you continue and you finish the homework, this section. But let's say something comes up. You can't finish it in one setting. If you click done, what happens? It shows that you've done the first 2 right and the rest of them are not done yet, unattempted. So what do? You can come back before the due date and resume and keep on adding. If you don't, it just gives you the grade you already received. So this grade is yours already, but you can improve upon it by coming back and finishing it. And that's the beauty of the homework in my Open Math. I'm going to exit. It's very simple to ace everything. So when it comes to the home. And so now let's recap what we've done. So this is the home page of Canvas. We looked at, okay, number 1 was a message. Number 2 is the philosophy. Number 3, we looked at the announcements. At the end of the page, this is the office hour Zoom link right here. Tech Connect Zoom takes us to our class. And syllabus has 2 parts, the Excel calendar and the actual syllabus. Discussion forum has 2 parts. Student bios and frequently asked questions. We also have student hangout forum if you want to look at that. And one more thing is the Math Success Center. Math Success Center, you have all the information here that you need, whether it's about their time, you know, their front desk, how to contact them, and all the free stuff they have to offer, including free calculator loan program. And now the only thing left is modules. The first one, you register for My Open Math, you don't need a course ID. The next one gives you all the lectures and practice tests. Gives you this as well as this one. Practice tests, lectures. So anybody wants to go ahead and finish any topic, any module ahead of time, you're more than welcome to do so. All modules are similar. They work in the same manner. The very last one is a resource for a TI. But if you look at the first one, you have the practice test, we have the PowerPoints, and we have the key to the practice test. So we register with My Open Math, takes us here. The very first assignment is Introduction to My Open Math. The second one is Algebra Review. And again, the purpose of that is to make sure we know where we stand as far as prior knowledge of mathematics is concerned. For now, we don't have to worry about the exams, but you can expand it and see it. It gives you the information and it will be sent to you. Be very careful right here. The calendar indicates all the homework are due right before exam 1. Please do it on a daily basis. Module 0 is nothing but a bunch of resources, including the text. Module 1 is where you start. You have to expand it. You go to chapter 1, you have to expand it. And then 1.1, Do you need these video lessons? If the lectures and the videos that we have is good enough for you, no. But if you want to try those, by all means. In the past, both cases have happened. Students didn't bother to even open it up, and some students opened it and they were very happy with that. Then you have a video assignment and then the actual assignment. So it's very straightforward. I hope everybody is okay with that. And I wish you all best of luck and happy studying.